Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to another Live with Blitsy. I'm Megan.
And I'm Katie.
And we're going to be hosting today's live and showing you lots of fun projects using what, Katie?
DIY party from We Are Memory Keepers. It's going to be a big party. You guys are going to have all of the tools that you need to throw the best party every time.
That's true. From start to finish, these boards are going to have you guys covered. So.
Yes. So very excited. We're going to be manning the chat and answering questions live. So if you have any, make sure you let us know. Emily will actually be the one typing back to you, and I'll also be kind of paying attention and relaying the questions as well. So let's say hi to Emily.
Hey everyone, good morning. I'm Emily. I'm going to be in the chat with you guys today, sending out links to any of the products that we're showing. So if you're interested in something, watch for that. I'll try and get as many links out to you as possible. I can also help answer questions in the chat and send them over to Katie and our crafters today. So let's get started. Hi guys, good morning.
Perfect. Emily's our girl for all of your questions and link needs, so make sure you use it. All right, so you've got a whole bunch of stuff set up.
Yes.
These are all using products from the DIY Memory Keeper, We Are Memory Keepers event going on at Blitsy right now,
Yes.
right? Okay.
So I'm going to show 3 of the punch boards that they have, and these are going to be kind of decor-ish for your party. So the first one I'm going to show you is the banner punch board, which this one is, you can already tell that this is going to make super cute and fun things. They show that there are 2 different designs that you can make, but there's actually a hidden one, so that you can actually make 3 different designs. And I'm going to show you the 3 different ones that you can make and just show you how fast it is to make these. So I cut these already, I made them already, so this one is a 5x8, and then I'm going to show you, and then they also have the lines drawn on there for you, so then you know where to line up your papers depending on which design that you're wanting to make. So this one, pop it in, and then they have the blades already in there for you. So everything that you need to make these is already on this board. So here's a blade, and then also this is a hole punch, so when you go to string your banner, they have that in there for you already. So what you're going to do is pop in the blade and just make a few cuts. And then here is the first one. So it kind of looks like that. There's that one. And then this one is, I did this by 6 by 8.5. So then you're going to pop it in. Same thing, put the blade in there, and then you're just going to cut.
I love that it's kind of foolproof, that it goes in a groove, so there's no way to mess it up.
And then, so there's the second one, so you got these 2. And then here is the hidden one that they show that you make the 2, but there is a third one you can make. So you're gonna, it's kind of like similar to this one, but it will do the reverse. So what you're gonna do is put it through the top part. So you're gonna stick your end in there, and then you're gonna line it up with the lines that are shown on the board. Gonna close it, put the blade in there. Come on. There we go. Okay. And then there you go. There is the third one. So you can see the 3 different designs, and then I went ahead and I made the banner using all 3, and then they look like this.
So you can totally pick whatever paper you want to customize this to any party. So if it's a birthday party, a Valentine's Day party, a Christmas party,
anything like that. This can make banners for any occasion, any party. So this is definitely a good tool to have for your decorations for all of your parties. So there's the banner punch board.
You could just stop at that, right, and have a colorful banner for your party, but you're going to actually take it one step further, right?
We're going to leave that for last, but the next thing I'm going to show you is the gift bag punch board. So this, you can make a bunch of like treat bags. You can make bigger ones to put actual gifts in there, and I'll show you how fast it is to make this. They also have the directions on the board, so then it's super easy to follow. They show you the dimensions that you need for a small, medium, or large bag, and then they have the measurements. So I already cut my page right here. It's 11 by 6, I believe. So I'm going to be making the medium bag. And you just go and follow. They have the score lines in there already, and then here's the punch. And then they also have the tool in here to do all of your scoring. So I'm going to show you how fast it is to make a bag. And move it over.
I know I've said this before when we've showed this on our other lives, but I'm the person that is always super last minute running into Walgreens and spending way too much money on bags.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to have this laying around and whip that up and not have to stop and spend a whole bunch of money. Use what you already have.
And you can customize these also with the different papers that you have to go along with the theme. You can do like different colors and patterns, like so many things you can do to customize all of the stuff using all these boards. So then one last cut.
This color reminds me of like the Frozen theme.
Oh, yeah,
or
that'd be-
Tiffany's if someone got
Oh,
engaged.
yeah.
It's a good color for lots of different things.
So then you can see this is what it looks like when it's punched out, and you have all the score lines in there, and then these would be the flaps for the bottom of the bag. And then you're just going to fold it. There you go. And then you'll take some adhesive, put it on the bottom flap right there. So then this will help it stay in place once you put it all together.
And you're using score tape
Yeah.
for this, so this is a double-sided adhesive, makes it really easy.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna put it together like this. And then just 2 more pieces. And then how long did this take? Like less than 2 minutes. So you can easily whip up a bunch of these bags.
Do you know what sizes you can make?
It does say small, medium, and large, but there are also sizes you can find online to make even bigger than the measurements on here. So there are possibilities to make even bigger ones.
I believe they even have an app that tells you
Oh.
all of the
That-
dimensions that you can do. So
That's
it's
really
pretty
cool. Yeah. Okay, and then throw it on the last piece here. Okay. And there you go. So now you have a cute little treat bag. And then I went ahead and made a couple right here. You can see you can fill them with like snacks. You can put little toys. You can use these as little goodie bags for the kids to take as they're walking out the door. Super fun. So this one is the gift bag punch board.
Can I eat this?
Yes, go right ahead.
Just kidding. I'll dig into that later, I'm sure. I saw cupcakes too. So.
Oh yes, over at Emily's table.
All right, let's check in with
Okay.
Emily really quick, see if there's any questions so far on the banner punch board or the gift bag punch board.
Yeah.
They've got the greatest punch boards.
Hey, no questions so far, but we do have a lot of people either that have the gift bag punch board, the gift box punch board, or the banner punch board that are commenting on like how easy it is to use, and then other people who don't have them maybe in their stash up, but they're saying that, oh my god, that looks so easy, which it really is. They make it really simple. They have all of the measurements laid out there for you, and it's really, on our Facebook Live that we did last week, Megan was using a different punch board, the envelope one, and I commented that really, once you have your size and you make like your first punch on that one, it's just turn and score all the way around. They make it so simple, and you will look like a total pro, and all your friends will be really impressed. I don't know if anyone noticed the paper that she used to make the banner, but it's this really great doodlebug flocked paper with cute dots on it, so I linked that too because it's really fun, and you should probably add it to your stash.
Just try to enable. I'm eating the snacks.
Yes, go right ahead. They're there
Snacks.
to eat.
Can't help it.
So the third one that I'm going to show is this will add like the final touches to all of your party decor and stuff. So this one is the alphabet punch board. So this one makes all the letters, and then it also makes numbers too, and then I believe the and sign as well. So this one it makes 3 by 5 letters. So you'll cut your paper to 3 by 5, and that will fit right into here. And what's awesome about this is that it comes also with a booklet, so it has all the different letters in there, so it shows you step by step how to make each letter. So if you're making a word or someone's name for a banner or something, it has all the letters in there. So I'm going to show you how to make the letter A, and it has all the steps in there. So I'm going to go ahead, pop it in there. And there's the punch that does this, and then there's also this part that does the cutting, and there's also another blade in there too. Take that out, and then this part right here, it rounds the corners, and then this punch makes the little, like the inside of a B. But we're actually going to do the corner one for this letter. Okay, and then you have your A. Super simple and fast to make these letters. And then I went ahead, let me put some adhesive on this. Okay, and then, so I went ahead and I made a sign for the party. So this is all the letters, not all of them, but you can see what it looks like when it's all put together. So then I have my A, finish it off, and then you have your sign. And you can also add all of these letters to add finishing touches to the banner, and then you can also, I made a couple of these a while ago to show for, you can also do these for like weddings. I made these for like bridal shower, gift bags. You can do monogram on the gift bags. So you can use this punch board to kind of add the special touches to everything.
I love it. I love how, okay, now I see why you did this one last, because you brought it all
Yes.
together.
Mm-hmm.
But you can put any of these letters
Yeah.
right onto your banner.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, you can do them right onto your gift bags too.
Yeah.
That's such a good idea. I just think that everyone should have this. If you
these
throw
are-
any sort of parties, this is for you. Or could you imagine teachers with their bulletin boards making banners?
Making all the, like, for the banners over their cork boards and the chalkboards
They're
and
always
everything.
changing them up. So if you know any teachers, this is a great teacher gift to
Yeah.
get. The banner and the alphabet punch board together. Or if you're going to choose one, I think the alphabet is probably the best for a teacher because they can put like whatever the syllabus that they're working on is up onto the board. So parties, teachers,
You could
name
do
it.
different like weddings, you could do baby showers, all kinds of party things. So these aren't just geared towards birthday parties. You could do any type of party or event with any of these boards. So that's why it's super fun. So
For sure. So let's check in with Emily again and see, before we move on to the next demo, are there any questions, Emily?
Hey, yeah, I just made sure in the comments, this is a great, back to school is coming up, so again, great teacher gift. We always, I think, associate that with this alphabet punch board because it is a product that it's really easy and simple to use, so that's great for teachers. They don't have to have a more expensive electronic cutting machine or know how to use it, and they can keep it in their classroom, so great for teachers. A lot of people, so We Are Memory Keepers, they did actually just release a smaller version of this punch board, so we're really excited to get that. I'm not sure if it's available anywhere yet, but as soon as it is available to us, we're definitely going to get it for you, so be on the lookout for that. But the larger one, I can't remember the measurements of the smaller one, but the larger one is 3 inches by 5.
Perfect. Now I'm over here with Megan.
Yes.
And I did see before I walked over here in the comments, somebody was asking about doing numbers and punctuation with that.
Yeah.
And yes, you can do the numbers, and then you can do the ampersand sign, right?
Yep.
So is that it? Are there
I think
any
there's
others?
was exclamation point, ampersand, and a question mark maybe? Maybe? We'll have to confirm that. But
Yeah, we'll confirm that.
yeah.
But for sure, the numbers.
Yep, and exclamation, ampersand. We'll confirm if it's a question mark or not, but I think
she said she's a teacher too, so perfect for that.
Great gift for teachers.
All right, what do you have continuing on with the party
so
theme?
to continue on, I'm going to show you guys how to use the gift box punch board as well as the fringe and scoreboard and the rosette punch. So we're going to start with the gift box punch board. I'm going to show you how to create little mini boxes for, favors or goodie boxes, if you will, for your guests. So here we have the gift box punch board. I'll just flip it around real quick so you guys can see it. And this guy is great because you can create gift boxes as small as a 1 3/4 inch cube and all the way up to a 4-inch cube. So this is perfect size for small gifts, or like I said, creating your kind of favorite boxes for whether it be a wedding, birthday party, shower, whatever. This little guy is going to be your go-to for your boxes. So I am going to create a small box, and I went ahead and I already cut down my paper here. So this is a 7 by 7 square piece of paper, and I'm going to pull my little score tool out here. And what's great is that once again, we have all of the kind of instructions right here on the board. I have my 7 by 7 paper that I cut. It's going to tell me to start at the medium start line, and then I'm going to score at the small line. So I'm going to place this in my board, align it with the medium. I'm going to punch. I'm going to score lengthwise, and then score down here, and then I'm going to score at that small line. And then I'm going to rotate it, aligning it with that medium again. Punch, score, score, small. Rotating it again. Punch, score, score, small. And then rotating it one more time here. Punching, scoring, scoring, small. Now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to align the edge there with my medium again, and I'm just going to punch, and you're going to see it's going to create another notch. I'm going to rotate it again, align it with the medium, punch, punch, punch. So you can see hopefully on this white side that I have all of my score lines in place to actually create and fold that box. But before we do that, we're going to add some notches to the tabs here so we can close it. So just place it inside the opposite side of the punch.
They've thought of everything.
I know, right? You press down and you get that little notch, which is going to actually close the box. I'm going to just do all of these here. Yeah, leave it to them to think of everything. They are very good. Those engineers are very good with coming up with all of the measurements and all of the extra things you need to create your special DIY project. So now for the fun part, we're just going to fold. So fold
Is this really the fun part?
No. Yes. Actually, yes, because it comes alive, right? Like once you start to fold this, it takes its shape. You can see I'm just kind of folding down my score lines here, just making sure everything kind of gets that dimension so it's not so flat. And these are going to be the corners of my box. So I'm just going to take that, and you can see, fold that down. Hopefully you can see that there. And I'm going to use my finger to kind of press that down. And I'm just going to go around. And you can see as I'm just kind of pressing down on all of these and folding them, which you can use your score tool. It's also a bone folder. You could use that to make your lines nice and crisp. But you can see it's really kind of taking the shape of a box right before your eyes.
And you're really just following the lines that you already created, so there's no guesswork.
No, and then I have my score tape here, which you can use any sort of glue, and I like to use it just to kind of add an additional reinforcement to this box. And I'm just going to place a little on the end there. We'll just rip that, oops, sorry. And then press down on it, and then pull up the top, and then I'm going to just reinforce it, press it together there to make it nice and firm so it doesn't come apart. And I would do that to all 4 sides just to kind of reinforce it. And you can see once we reinforce all of our edges and fold down the tabs, we have this adorable little box. And to finish it off, because you can't just have a plain box, right? You got to add some pizzazz to it. I'm going to show you how to quickly just add a little extra, well, let me fold this first, how to add a little extra detail to your box with paper, with a stamp, and then some twine. So let me just, actually I'm going to have you fold that.
Sure.
So I cut a piece of paper. You can see it's, I don't know, about an inch. I added a piece of score tape to the back. I'm just going to peel that off. And I'm just going to place it. So obviously you'd pour whatever, goodie, if you want candy, if you want some sort of small trinket, you put that in your box, close it up, and then you're going to lay this right on top. Align it
And this is just paper, you said?
Just paper with score tape. And then since I have a little extra there, I'm just going to cut that off. This is another good project for, pretty papers that you're kind of hoarding and you want to use up. You are only using small strips of this, so a little bit will go a long way. So I've added a strip there, and then I took another piece of pattern paper, just cut it down, notched it out, so nothing fancy here, just using my scissors, no special tool. I'm gonna add a little bit of adhesive there. We're gonna glue it right to the top there. And then I took, once again, scissors to create my tag. This isn't even a punch, but if you have a small punch, tag punch, you could use it, but I just cut this into a tag, punched a hole, stamped it with a thank you, and added some pretty pink twine. And then I put both of the strings through the center, and I'm just gonna wrap this around my little gift, shimmy it into place, and then we're gonna tie a little knot for a little thank you, little treat box here.
So cute. And everybody loves a little handmade thank you.
Yes, right? So this would be
box.
great for, like I said, a bridal shower, a party, a wedding if you're, doing a wedding, which I'll show you some other kind of fun boxes you can do. But yeah, in just a few, minutes here, you can create a fun little thank you to give to your guests. It doesn't take much time or effort, and like I said, I used some of my scrap papers to create a little gift box. So that's kind of the standard little gift box, if you will. But if you want to look over here, I actually turned a box into a pineapple. So if
That is adorable.
So if you're having a fruit-themed party or a luau or whatever, you could create a little pineapple. And I just once again followed the dimensions on the box, created the score lines, and once I found the score lines, I just took my marker and added the little V's, if you will, to the four sides, and then just fringed some paper and glued it on top. Or if you're having a kids party and a barnyard party or just a kids party in general,
Miles would love that.
Right, you can create little animals, and this is just a box that I added a little triangle, cuts of paper here, add a little bit of dimension with some foam tape, cut out a circle, added some foam tape to it, and drew on little eyes and a nose. So
adorable.
Fun little theme party there. And then if you're having a wedding, I mentioned being able to, create a little gift box for wedding. This is kind of a little more elegant, a little more subtle. I'm using some kind of gold paper there with a gold tie, and then a gift for you. So lots of ways you can use these boxes for your parties or any special occasion that you're having. So
that's the
punch board.
sizes that you had talked about
Yes.
are on the board.
Yep.
The largest one you can do is with a 12 by 12 sheet of paper,
Exactly.
right?
And the 12 by 12, you're going to get the 4 by 4 cube. So that's the largest you can do, which I said is perfect for any of your small gifts that you're doing, or if you have a larger, favor that you're giving your guests, it will be perfect to house those. So love this punch board because obviously you can use up all those pretty papers to create special boxes.
I know.
For
We always
your
talk
friends
about
and guests. So before I move on to the fringe and scoreboard and the rosette punch, I say we check in with Emily to see if there's any questions about this guy or any comments.
Hey, people are, of course, loving the pineapple box. I saw it when I walked in, and I was like, you made that, didn't you? Like, there's no question. It's so cute. We had a couple of questions. Somebody asked, isn't there a board that does both boxes and envelopes? And there is, and it also does bows. And Claudia's going to show that off in a little bit, so stay tuned for that. I already put the link in the chat for it, but I'll make sure when she talks about it again in a little bit, I'll have it again in the chat at that time as well. But loving the pig box, the pineapple box. Like, you got to use up those papers. This is a great way to do it.
Perfect. Absolutely. And now, this is a tool that I love.
Yes.
I love when you use this one.
Yes.
So this is the fringe board,
Fringe
right?
and scoreboard. So with this guy, I'm going to flip it around so you can see it. You're going to be able to actually create fringe or use it as a scoring tool. And I actually took off the the fringe cutter, but it looks just like this tool here, except instead of having these little notches to score, it actually has blades. So when you press down on it, those are going to cut. But this is the scoring one, so it's not going to cut your paper. It's just going to actually put those lines in the paper. So this can, like I said, it can create score lines and it can create fringe. I'm going to show you how to use the scoring function. But this I made using the scoring tool. I placed in a piece of Mylar, ran over it with the fringe, and it cut my paper evenly at a 1/2 inch, and then I rolled it to create a little tassel. So this is great if you are making your own tassels because it's going to evenly space all of those cuts, whether you're using the Mylar paper or you're using tissue paper. It's going to create perfect tassels every time. So that's another function that I'm not going to show you.
We love us some tassels.
I know, right? All the tassels. Okay, so I'm going to make a rosette starting with this. So I cut my paper already, and I cut this down. I used a 12 by 12 paper, and I cut it in half so it's 6 inches by 12 inches. So I'm going to take my little board here, I'm going to open it up, and actually I forgot to mention, or maybe you can see here, it has an option of 1-inch score lines or 1/2 inch. I'm going to go with the 1 inch, so I'm going to align my end of my paper to the 1 inch, close the board, and then press down. I'm going to go back up so it's at the top, and you can see it created, hopefully you can see that, it created score lines. Can you see that, hopefully? So I'm going to go to the last score line, align it with that 1 inch again, close the top, and press down. And I'm going to do this all the way down my paper, creating 1-inch score lines to make your rosette. So now that we have our score lines, I'm actually going to set this aside, and I'm going to grab the rosette punch. And this doesn't actually create the rosette, it's what's going to add that really pretty detail to your rosettes or to your pinwheels, whatever you want to call these. So I'm going to take my paper that I've already scored, I'm going to align it with the alignment line. I'm going to press it all the way back and press down, and you can see it's starting to add that detail. And I'm going to skip the center line, and I'm going to go into the next line and align it and press, skip the line, align it, and press, skip the line, align it, whoops, and I'm going to press down. And this is just going to add that really pretty, fancy detail, because you don't want boring rosettes. Come on now. You want something that's going to be fun and playful, and this is what's going to give you that really pretty detail for your rosette. So I'm going to finish this off, and you can see I now have fun little detail on my paper. The next step is to actually fold. So I'm going to use those score lines I created, and I'm just going to fold those down. So this is really simple, a really simple project. I mean, you're just cutting, scoring, and folding. Cutting, scoring, and folding. Not a lot of, challenging steps in this. It's pretty simple. It's just, going and folding all of your paper.
But
so,
you know what? People spend a lot of
Oh,
money
yeah, they do.
on buying the pre-made rosettes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So with just a little bit of effort, and it looks better when you've done it
right,
yourself,
because you can customize it, right?
Yeah, so,
Love it.
And when you buy, the pre-made ones are pretty. I've used
Right,
them
right,
myself.
right.
But then they get smashed, and you can't reuse them, and you have to
Well,
buy them again, or if you're just making them.
Yeah, and then you're locked into whatever design the store has. So you're like, what will match my decor best? That one's okay. Where this, you can totally customize it or build your party around your rosettes because you found a pretty paper you like. So that's what I'm saying, right?
We
I'm
would do
building it
that,
around
right? Building around my scrapbook paper.
Exactly, right? So I went ahead and I already did, I'm going to do a total of 4 sheets of paper that are measured 6 by 12, and I've already glued 3 of them together. So I'm just going to show you score tape once again. This is the thicker size. I'm going to just take a piece of that. I'm going to add it to the end of my paper here. Press that down. Peel it off. I mean, I don't know what we would do without score tape, honestly. It's like, I don't know what I did before score tape. I think I just used like hot glue for everything and ruined all my projects. All right, so I'm going to put this on top, gluing it to my last piece of paper. So now everything is adhered, and then we're going to kind of pinch it here, and you're going to see it's going to get that rosette shape. And before I add the center, I'm going to glue these 2 ends together. So I'm going to take my score tape once again. I'm a little off there, but that's okay. And then we're going to glue it so we kind of get that rosette shape. So I'm going to take this, whoops, and I'm going to just place it on top and secure it, whoops, with my score tape. All right. And then we're going to take same color paper, or you could do a different color or a coordinating color, and I'm just going to punch out a pretty circle here. This is a scallop circle, and I punched out 2 of them, and we're going to add glue to these, which is going to actually secure the rosette. So right now you're like, what is this? It looks just like a mess. Like, what is this?
It's like a crown.
Right?
Do a smaller one, make a crown.
You could do that, actually. You could do that.
Just saying. I think Emily would like that.
For like a princess party or something, you could put little pom-poms. Okay, anyway. Too many ideas, right? Too many ideas. All right, now I'm going to press this down. You can see we have our rosette shape. Taking my hot glue gun, adding some glue, sorry, I'm out of shot there, adding some glue to the back here. You can see I'm really doing a pretty job of adding the glue. I'm just kind of slapping it on there. And then I'm going to place it on top in the center. I'm going to hold it down to glue it. We're going to hold that down. And then I would take the other piece, add glue to it, flip it over, and then glue it to the back. But just to kind of be mindful of time here, I'm going to show you a final one that I made. You can see here with the front and the back, with the paper nicely adhering it. And you can make different sizes of these because just depending on the size of paper that you cut. This was actually 3 by 12 pieces of paper that I cut and added the little fun detail by putting it through the rosette punch.
Well, and then you can layer them.
Oh, yes.
Like that. So
You
you've
could
got
add
a
a
dimensional rosette.
Love it. So this would be great just as party decor, or I feel like backdrops have become
We've
super
definitely
popular.
used them as backdrops
Yep.
for our photography and for our videos. It just brightens up a space.
Yeah.
Or if you're having a party, you want to do a photo booth,
Yep.
have that be your
Kind of
backdrop.
line the backdrop. You can see that's in here. Line it. I mean, how pretty is that on the wall, right? Line these up on the wall, and you have an instant backdrop. Or even just use it to kind of, be the backdrop of like a sweet table or a gift table. So it's just adding those extra touches with your pretty paper. So
I love it.
yeah,
Very
super
cool.
fun.
Emily, what are people thinking of the rosette?
Definitely loving them, loving the detail. I asked if anyone had ever done that, planned a party around their scrapbook paper. Claudia actually did make a project using that as turning it into a crown.
Did she?
Yeah.
I subconsciously did that.
I thought, look at there. I'm like, this is
It's always up here. Somebody asked where they could get that tape, so I did link the 1/8 inch of the score tape in the comments. That goes all the way up. We use this stuff all the time. It's everywhere in our studio. It goes from 1/8 inch, pretty much every increment up to 2 inches, and there's even 6 by 6 sheets of it, and then I think it goes up to like a 6-inch roll. So a lot of options for that. Definitely check it out. The link to the 1/8 inch score tape, which is probably what you used for that, is in the comments. So I think if Claudia is ready, we can show you that 1, 2, 3 punch board that'll make the bows and the envelopes and boxes.
Hi everyone.
I like magic. Come over
Yes.
here.
Definitely.
All right,
Today-
we're continuing the party. What are
Yes.
you going to show?
So I'm going to show you the 1, 2, 3 punch board, which is, this is what it looks like. And it contains all of the measurements that you need to create envelopes, bows, and boxes. It comes in a folder here, and it also has an extending arm that pulls out if you're going to create a larger box. So I will actually just kind of breeze through the box since Megan already showed how you make it, but this is the finished box, and I'll show you how to make the little bow there as well. So I believe Megan made this one as well. It's a 12-inch. So what's really nice is that, yes, you can just use a full sheet of 12 by 12 paper, and you don't have to worry about trimming it down, but it does create a lot of different sizes. So let's see here. Just a sec, sorry, 12 by 12. Okay, so it's an extra large box, so you're going to line it up with, so let me backtrack a little bit. So this one can seem intimidating because it's got a lot of lines and a lot of labels here. I'll turn it around so you can see. It's got pink lines for the boxes. So it's going to tell you the different sizes where you line up your paper to punch it, and then it's got the box score lines and another set of box score lines. So boxes are pink, and what's nice is that it all matches up for you. So the measurements are pink, all of the lines are pink, and then for the bows, it's a gray tone. So you have all of your measurements for the bows in gray, and then you have your guides back on the board in gray, and then for envelopes, it's blue. So if you look at it at first, it can seem like, whoa, that's a lot of numbers, a lot of math,
It's all color-coded. That's my kind of
Yes, but-
instructions. Color-coded makes it really easy.
Yes, it's all color-coded. So for the sake of time, I won't show how to make the box because Megan made the exact same, we're on the same wavelength. We made the same exact box, same exact measurements, but I just wanted to show you that this is where the measurements are on the actual board itself. Oh, she didn't make the largest one. Well, then I will make the largest one. Okay, so you take a full sheet of 12 by 12. And the first thing you're going to do is line it up here with the extra large line. You punch here, and you're going to score you're going to score your line. And that's what's nice about this extending bar is that then you can score all the way down.
Donna wants to know if you're going to do a bow.
I am going to do a bow, yes.
Sweet.
So then you're just going to rotate and sorry. So you're going to score your lines. A, where's my other line? B, A, B, and C. Then you're going to rotate and do the same thing.
I'm just munching away out of our gift bags.
Yes. He is having all of the party snacks.
There'll be nothing left.
So you're basically just repeating the same thing over and over, which I know Megan covered. And then all you do is flip your paper over and punch all of the little corners by lining up to the same line. All of the little corners that you didn't punch. Like so.
So essentially this board is the same, right, as the gift bag or gift box one, except
It
has
does
more
much
things
more.
on there because you can do the bow, and you can do a box, a bow, and an envelope.
Right. So it does much more. So then all you do is then just fold up your box. So you're going to just create your box. Like so.
Are you using paper or cardstock?
You know, it's a scrapbook pad, so it's
It feels more like paper.
yeah, it feels more like paper. It's like a really cool metallic paper. You don't want to forget the little score line between the triangles. That's what I just did, and I was having a hard time folding it. So you can always go back though, because it's got all the measurements for you, so you can line it right back up where you need to. Okay, there we go. So now you literally just fold up all the sides, and you get a box. Let me move this out of the way for the time being. And you can use adhesive if you'd like, or you can opt out. And I'll show you two different ways that you can close this box. So I didn't create notches on this one, so when you fold it up, you would just put your adhesive here. Where's my tape? I'm using score tape again. It's our favorite here.
Our go-to.
So I'm just going to use a little piece just to get this going.
Card makers love score tape too.
Yes, and it's really, really awesome. Double-sided, really strong, so that you can use it with glitter and beads and all of that kind of stuff. So it's a really good thing to have in your craft room because you're not just going to use it as an adhesive. It's a great way to incorporate other things into your projects. Sorry, this paper is a little tricky. There we go. Okay, so as you can see on this one, I did not notch the tops, and I didn't round the tops. So you have the option of keeping these pointy flaps up here, and you can just use a bow, like an actual ribbon, to tie it together, and it looks like this. Or, if you'd like, there is a function on the board that's going to create notches for you, and that is right up here. So before you fold up your box, you literally just put the corner in there, punch it, and it creates a notch for you, so that then you can seal your box with the notches. So you have two options. You have the regular pointed tops, or you could do the notches. So that's the box.
Options are nice.
Yes. I don't know if there's any questions on the box. I know we kind of saw that already.
I think they're looking forward to seeing the bow.
Bow's next.
So let's
Let's just jump
it.
into the bow. All right. So,
So again, this is the largest box you can make.
Yes.
With both boards because it's using a 12 by 12 scrapbook paper.
it's using a complete sheet of 12 by 12. So you can see that that's the largest box, which is a great size for a small gift, as Megan had mentioned. Okay, so the bow. So the bow is super, super easy to make. So you're going to use 3 pieces of paper. And
It's cute paper too.
yeah, it's really pretty. And so all you do is choose your size. Here, I'll flip it around so you can see. So you can see that you first you select your bow size, and then you're going to trim your paper strips into whatever length is there. So I did an extra large bow to go with my extra large box. So I needed to trim strips of paper that measured 1.5 inches. So I just cut a couple of strips of paper. Small patterns work really well with these bows since they get so small when you fold them up. So I just cut strips of 1.5 inch, and then each bow is made up of 3 pieces. So you're going to want to follow your guide here, and I cut my 3 pieces. It's going to tell you exactly how, because this is an extra large bow, it's telling me that I need to line it up with the 4 inches on here. So I'm lining it up with the 4 inches, so you can tell that it's figured out what the exact center mark is for you. And you're going to punch, creates a notch, you're going to flip it, and punch again, like so. And then there's a little bow guide, you're going to line that up there, and punch. Same thing, flip it, you do the other side. So that's what this piece will look like. You don't need to do anything with this small center piece, that's already cut and ready. And then with the small piece, you're going to line it up with the second measurement, which is telling me it's 2 1/8, so it's found the center for me. I am going to punch, flip, punch, and this time, instead of lining up the edge, you're going to line up the center. So you just line up the center mark there, and you punch, flip, and punch. And that's what this piece looks like. And then all you do is take some adhesive. You can use a tape runner, whatever you'd like. And you just put tape on the edges of the longer piece, like so. And you definitely want to check out some of our videos because we've done a lot with these boards. We have a lot of content, different occasions, different ways to use. For example, I think there's a video that I made of me making a bow garland. So you can make a bunch of these and actually just like string them up like a little garland for a party or a little girl's room. So there you have that bottom piece. And then you just take your little tiny piece that you have here and you wrap it around. And you can just secure it on the back with another little piece of tape, and that's your bow.
You can make like little itty bitty ones for cards or
Yes.
scrapbook layouts. This is extra large, and there's one size bigger than this.
Yes, there's an extra large size. So there you have it. So that's how easy it is to make bows, paper bows.
So cute. The little ones would be really cute to make like paper clips for your planner.
yeah, definitely.
Put a little bow on top of it. That would be so adorable. Let's check in with Emily and see. You guys wanted to see the bows. What do you think? Do you love them?
These bows are so cute. I think a lot of people are definitely going to be grabbing this punch board today so that they can start making these bows. Alina said they were so cute. Like, they're such a great finishing touch. I love that they come in. I love that really all of these products allow you to make things in a variety of sizes, so you can really do just whatever fits your needs the best. With the boxes and the bows, the gift bags, like they really just made it really versatile for you. So that's what's great about these products.
Very cool. And I know you've been linking to all of them, so if you guys want to see everything all in one place, you can go to blitsy.com/live also, and the replay will be there. So,
Yes.
Well, you've got one more demo, right?
I've got two.
Two more demos.
Yes. So
Perfect.
this one will be a little quicker. It's so let's pretend you have a party and you have your invites. This is a blank card, but let's pretend this is an invite, a 5x7 invite. You can actually create envelopes and liners using the 1, 2, 3 punch board.
So it's really a 1, 2, 3, 4 punch board.
It's actually a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 punch
What?
board. But I'm not going to show everything. I can tell you what it makes, but I won't actually show everything. But envelopes are even easier than the boxes and the bows. You're just gonna, this one you go by card size. So I know that I have a 5x7 card, so I go to card size, and it tells me I need to cut my square piece of paper to 9 7/8. So I've done that. And then my punch guide is gonna be 4 1/8. So all I do is line it up to 4 1/8 and punch and score my lines.
I seriously love this paper too.
They are all really fun papers. I think this might be a Mombi. I'll have to look it up later. So you just score the blue lines.
While you're doing the scoring, Oliver was on the chat asking, can you stack the bows to make like one really big bow?
You can.
That's a really good idea. I think holiday season, putting bows up as decoration, making them yourself.
You could do a bow garland. Yeah, there's a lot of different things. You can use bows if you branch out.
Yeah.
Not make.
But you probably can't cut the felt in the.
No,
in
you
here,
can't
right?
punch.
Just make a
You would
template.
make a template out of it and use it for.
Clever.
So there we go. Oh yeah, you could use it as a template for leather bows. That is correct. That is correct. So then all you do is round your corners. So there's a corner rounder included in here as well. So you don't just make notches. You can also make corners there, and that is how you make an envelope. And then you would just
Adhere it down.
stick it down. And actually, I'll show you. I kind of, for the liner, you're literally just cutting it down a 1/4 inch smaller. You're doing the same exact thing, following the same exact guides. And you actually don't even have to score all the way. You can just slightly score.
Because it's more just turning into almost like a template that you're going to be putting on the envelope,
Yes,
right?
you're just kind of.
So while you're punching and scoring, I want to give a warm welcome to Karen, who just put in the chat that this is her first time watching us live.
Oh,
so thank you so much for
nice.
joining
Thank
us.
you.
We do this at least every Thursday at 10 o'clock, and then we're pretty much going every day, Monday through Friday, with different live videos. So you can always check us out here on Facebook. Thanks for joining us.
Awesome. So you have your liner, and then you just want to make sure line it up and realize it so that you can see which sides you have to trim off. And then you can use a paper cutter, but I'm just going to use some scissors here. You just trim off the 2 sides that you don't need, like that. And then what's great is that you can actually cut this in half, and you'll have 2 liners.
2 for 1.
Yep, so every time you make a liner, you are actually making 2 liners. So you can whip through those invites.
Yes.
So
I know a lot of people that were DIYing their wedding,
Yes.
and this really comes in handy for that. Or even just like a 4th of July party and getting cute 4th of July. I know we just finished that holiday, but getting cute 4th of July paper and inviting to your barbecue. Like,
yeah, it's super
cute.
easy to whip up.
Beats an Evite, right?
Definitely. So I'll just show you. They have this handy dandy little guide for the 1, 2, 3 punch board. It shows you how to do everything that I just showed you. And it's got a little trick so that you can make gusseted envelopes if you'd like, if you want to tuck some cards, like recipe cards in there as a gift. But the other things that it makes that I was telling Katie, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 punch board, is it shows you how to make a string tie box. So you can make a little bit more of an elaborate favor. It shows you how to make coin envelopes that are great for favors as well, or you can put them actually in scrapbooking or planners. And
Megan has made some of those and put into the Happy Planner. So little trinkets
and little mini file folders. So these, I think I did a video, and I also put those in the planners because it's a great little thing to have that you can.
Once a year, I could put my business cards in that little file folder and have that in my pocket. So love it.
Yes. So this does everything basically.
6. So it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 punch
board.
board.
Yes.
I love it. All right, let's check in with Emily again. If there's any questions, we'll make sure we get those answered. I think that's it for demos, though, right? Or no? Oh, we have one more. I keep forgetting.
There's so many boards, but
so many boards. Let's check in with Emily anyways before we move on to the pinwheel and see if there's any questions.
Yeah, I love that you pointed out that all of these boards come with kind of a little instruction book. So again, they make it really, really easy for you to just get started. Like they kind of look like something that would be really intimidating and you might get and be like, I don't know how to use this, what's going on, but they make it so simple for you.
All right, I've got my popcorn here.
all right. So this is the yes, and last but not least is the pinwheel punch board, which creates double pinwheels like this, or you can also just make simple pinwheels, and you can make them in all different kinds of sizes. It comes max is 12 inches, and it goes all the way down to an itty bitty little 3-inch pinwheel that you can use for a cake topper or on top of a little favor. You can always put these on top of boxes as well. So I'm just going to really quick show you how it is that you use this. So I actually just used paper from a 6x6 pad, so it's already cut for me 6x6. And what you want to do is you're going to open this little arm here. You're going to punch all of the corners. Just rotate, punch, rotate, punch. Okay, and so now I know that my, it's a 6-inch piece of paper, so I'm just going to line up with this little 6-inch mark there. And then you close the cutting arm, and it's got a little paper piercer that's going to pierce the center, and that's going to hold it in place. And then all you do is use your, and this is a little segue into another thing. You, all of the blades on these boards are interchangeable. They're all the same size. We sell replacements if you need a replacement. So for example, this one had a red blade, which got lost in the shuffle somehow because we just have so many of them here. So I made sure to ask Megan the third to leave her blade behind so that I could use it for this punch board. So that's another good thing.
One thing that Lori B pointed out earlier too is if you are crafting with kids, just be careful with the ones that you have to cut because the blade you don't see it because it's a little blade.
Yeah, it's teeny tiny, but it's very sharp. Yes.
So make sure you're supervising children.
That's a good point. So you're just spinning the pinwheel and lining it up as best. It's not going to line up exactly, and they actually say that in the instructions. And that's it. Then you just open this up. And it's great to use double-sided papers for this because you get the pretty inside and the outside. Like that. And then you just take a brad and stick it through the center. And once again, I just want to mention on our YouTube channel, we have videos. You can search punch board, pinwheels, just use some kind of keyword.
Are those little fishes on the paper?
Yeah,
oh,
these are little fish. They're another of the doodle. So there you go. So you have your pinwheel.
Very simple.
Super simple.
That is like so simple. How big did you say we could make these?
So 12 inches. You can use
12-inch paper. So
yes.
You can get them pretty big. So
yes.
Again, this is awesome for like a backdrop if you wanted, the same way with the rosettes.
Yes.
Put them on a straw.
You can put them on a straw. You can use the itty bitty ones for cake toppers or favor boxes. So really, possibilities are endless.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Sure.
That was the last time. I saw a lot of people in the comments that were like, "Oh, I've been wanting to see that one."
Yes.
So I'm glad that we stuck around and
There's
we did it.
a lot of content tonight, but
Yes.
it definitely is. It shows you how you can make your party, DIY party from start to finish, and it all comes together. So.
Absolutely. All right, Emily, any questions that we might have missed in the chat?
Donna just asked about, not related related to the punch boards, but she asked if we carried the fuse paper, which is a tool that we didn't show here today, but is also part of the We Are Memory Keepers line and their DIY party stuff. We do have that, the Fusibles paper. It's in the whole We Are Memory Keepers DIY party event, and it is in 12 by 12 and in 6 by 6. So I'm going to put a link to the event, which will have that paper, and then also all of the punch boards and the rosette punch and everything that we showed you here today. And we will go back through the comments and make sure if there's anything we missed or any links that you need to get, we will get those to you.
That's
Yeah,
it.
I know. I mean, we said that you literally can plan your entire party from start to finish with these punch boards and punches. And as you can see, we weren't lying. You literally can grab these boards and have the perfect pinnable party.
The pinnable party. I love
Pinnable
it.
party.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We had a lot of fun with you. You can always go to blitsy.com/live to get a full list of the products and to see the replays
Yeah.
that we do here on Facebook. So we'll see you guys next
Yeah.
time. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.